YouTube, hello. There's some more Pokemon Unbound. You may notice I'm not where I was last time. I was on top of a mountain last time. I've actually been working quite hard off camera, trying to come up with some strategy to beat Aklov and his horrible double battle where I have to use my rival's Pokemon. And long story short, I don't have a good solution. It's actually a horrible battle. If I could just go with my 6 Pokemon in a double battle versus him, I would smoke him. But I have to use my rival's shit Toucannon, and I'm getting a real hatred for this Toucannon. Like, it's so unbelievably awful that, man, it grinds my gears. Let's put it that way. I've come up with a few different strategies, so on my left bar now is what I'm going to be going with, in case you're wondering. I'll talk about it in a second. First things first, though, there's actually a few little housekeeping things I need to do, which I'll just do immediately. One of the things I need to grab a TM. I keep saying that at some point I need to run around the map and just pick up all the items I couldn't pick up before. We do need to do that at some point, but nearly fucked up there. We'll do that at some point, but there was something specifically I need to grab for this battle. Actually, I say I need to grab it. It's not essential for this battle, but you know, the one time when I need it, it's going to be the one time where I would win the run. So let me just make sure I grab the item that I require. And by the way, it's a really, really, really important TM, so it's going to get some use eventually, but we'll see how it goes in this double battle. The TM, in case you're wondering, is Earthquake. Earthquake, incredibly good spread move. It does hit your allies, but it shrugs shoulders. And basically, I just need it on the off chance that I get a 1v2 at the end, and Earthquake is like the difference between getting over the hump to win the battle. So I've grabbed Earthquake. Earthquake, we are going to teach that to our Heracross. Where is it? There it is. And Heracross, you can get Pin Missile. We will not need it for this battle. Oh, you may have noticed as well, I've gone back to Olympus. Olympus is going to be the Heracross I set up for basically being Mega Heracross. It's actually going to be Mega Heracross I'll be using this battle. Anyway, that's the first thing that I need to do. The second thing I need to do, I need to quickly... I think I need to do it. I can't remember if I have done it or not do it. I need to quickly fly back to Valley Cave because I think there's one move I've got wrong right now, one of my Pokemon, and I just need to quickly change it. It's you that I need to change, I think. Yes, it's you. And you need this. And you won't need this. And then finally, we are, I think, ready to go, basically. Okay. I'm in a building, that's why I can't fly. Alright, now we have to explain, like, what the grand plan is and, like, what I was thinking through for all of this. So, as I said, the battle we're going to go into is going to be Combee. I'm going to use Heracross, and I'm going to use Parasect. I also should probably give an item to my Rabombe. I'm trying to remember what item I put on the Rabombe. I think I remember. You know what? Rather than fuck around, let me just quickly reload a save state. I've got a save state where I was perfectly ready for the battle. I think it's this one. I basically done all I did off camera on this one, but I've got the moves and the items I want. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So let me explain this battle. Let me go into the old desktop mode, and I'll show you what we're dealing with. Alright, so here is the old table for this battle. And actually, I said last time we didn't see all the Pokemon. I noticed at the end of the video I had seen all the Pokemon, so we had enough intel to figure out what was going on. Basically, okay, there's a couple of big problems. Oddly enough, Togedemaru is one of the big problems. It's really awkward to deal with my bugs, and this is because this Pokemon is here just to fake you out, whilst Mega Gardevoir uses Pixelate, Hyper Voice, and it just obliterates all Pokemon. This is the other theme for this battle, and it's kind of where I got my original plan of how to deal with it from. A lot of spread moves are going to be taking place in this battle. Mega Gardevoir's got Hyper Voice, Primal Kyogre has got Origin Pulse, Stakataka has Rock Slide, and Tapu Fini has Muddy Water. So Wide Guard would get insane value in this battle. So I generated some Pokemon with Wide Guard. The issue sort of comes where, like, the good wide guard user is Araquanid. And Araquanid is so good, it's actually seen some play in VGC, like, fairly recently as well. But Araquanid doesn't get as much value into wide guard into this team because he can already have Water Absorb, which basically neuters Primal Kyogre and Tapu Fini. And what's really awkward about this Pokemon is that firstly, it's quite slow, but secondly, it gets actually rolled over by Togedemaru, and Primal Kyogre gets Thunder anyway, so like it's not great into the Primal Kyogre in its own right. Then a lot of the other Pokemon that again can get wide guard are just happen to also be really bad into Togedemaru, so I got a little bit stuck like trying to solve this, and this led me down multiple different pathways, and I'll tell you what I eventually decided to come on to. The other really annoying thing about this, and you're probably not going to see this because I did some practicing off camera, the game cheats when you use wide guard. It recognizes that you're using wide guard and won't use a spread move, where otherwise it would use a spread move. It's really annoying, but that's where my head was at first when I was trying to put this team together. So I wanted some supportive Pokemon that could like help my ally Pokemon, aka Toucannon, Vaporeon, and it's going to be Mega Tyranitar, stay alive and maybe contribute into the battle, because there were some situations where I could potentially kill a few of these Pokemon, and actually there were some good matchups for me, but I always ended up in like a 1v3 at the end, and I just couldn't overcome the 1v3, so that is like where part of my brain came from. The next part of my brain came from is like, what Pokemon could I put into the party that would potentially just sweep everything? And I came to two conclusions. One of them is Mega Heracross, and actually just Heracross in general. Extremely powerful here, got very good coverage moves. It has fighting moves, which can deal with Togedemaru, which by the way has Air Balloon, and so does Stakataka, which means the ground typing. Not great into those two Pokemon, but it's got good moves into both of them for fighting type moves. Stakataka takes 4 times damage from fighting. And then it's got some decent moves across the board. Actually, it's one of the very, very, very few Pokemon that can one-shot Primal Kyogre with Skill Link, Bullet Seed, and an insane attack stat on Mega Heracross. It can just one-shot Primal Kyogre. Perfect. So what do I need to do to set it up? This leads me into my other problem. The thing to set it up is I need some sort of speed control, because Mega Heracross is slower than Primal Kyogre. It's also slower than Mega Gardevoir and Togedemaru. And I came to the conclusion the best way for me to set up some sort of speed advantage is to use Sticky Web. Very famous bug type move, like one of the better bug moves out there. The next problem is like, what are your best Sticky Web users? And like, especially your Sticky Web users that also know Wide Guard. And again, it comes around to like the only one you can really do is Araquanid, but Araquanid is not great into this battle, but potentially is good into certain situations. So it's like, it was just all about positioning, and it's just been really awkward to do. Eventually, I came to a different conclusion, and you'll see with my party in a minute what conclusion I came to for getting myself some speed control. And then the final bit that's really like scary about this party is that Stakataka, and I didn't see this, I can't remember exactly why, I think I got a really lucky crit on the Pokemon, but it has Trick Room, and if this thing sets up Trick Room, there is no Pokemon I can actually run that is slower than Stakataka, so it will just go through and try and sweep my party. However, it has got a pretty big weakness. Well, it's got a somewhat of a big weakness, is that when it does the Trick Room strats, it tries to use Rock Slide immediately afterwards, and Rock Slide is a spread move, so you can potentially go into it with Wide Guard and block at least one hit. But it's like, what do you do after that? That is becoming the scary thing, so there's multiple really scary things about this battle. You just want speed control, it's just really hard to get it. And then finally, Amogus is just really hard to deal with. It's always really hard to deal with, but with my party of bugs, it's especially hard to deal with. Then you look at my allies Pokemon. Toucannon is absolutely detritus. I hate this Pokemon now. I didn't hate this Pokemon like 3 or 4 days ago, but now I hate it with a passion. Toucannon is slower than both Mega Gardevoir and Togedemaru, and basically gets one-shot by Hyper Voice, which is really, really cool. Also, it's got Skill Link and King's Rock, and its only multi-hitting move is Bullet Seed, which is always going to be slower than Mega Gardevoir and Togedemaru. And despite this, it will always spam Bullet Seed. And actually, what's funny is if it used Hyper Voice, it'd be so much more useful for me because it would pop the Air Balloon, and then the Ground-type Pokemon can deal with it. The other really annoying Pokemon, actually, you can't really see it on here, is Mega Tyranitar, because it knows the move Stone Edge, and it will spam Stone Edge, and Stone Edge is 80 accurate. That's not very good when you're trying to do one of these battles, so yeah, that's going to be extremely frustrating. Actually, the only good Pokemon they really got is Vaporeon, and that's only because Vaporeon can sit in front of Primal Kyogre and Tapu Fini and kind of wall it to some degree. It's not perfect, but it's relatively okay. And as we'll see when we go into the battles, there's like 2 really frustrating things. If you don't deal with Togedemaru early enough, it will just nuzzle your entire team and you will lose. The other one is if you don't get lucky with like the stack attacker like situation, it'll set up Trick Room and you will lose. So there's a lot that can go wrong, and a lot of it is just simply out of your control. Anyway, I'll now get to my actual part in what we're going to try and do to resolve this. Firstly, the Pokemon I'm going to have that sets up Sticky Web to give me speed control is actually Rabombe, and I've bred a new Rabombe called Comb. Oh, Cobb. I don't really have to say it because like there's places in the Britain called like Holcomb, and Comb is like I guess it's just Cobb. It's called Comb. It's like basically a valley type situation, so it's another one of my Rabombe Pokemon, but unlike my other Rabombe Pokemon, this Rabombe is a supportive one. I've made him pretty defensive. It's still not perfect, of course, because Rabombe is pretty fragile. I've given him a Berry, which means he reduces his damage from a Steel-type move once. Togedemaru has got a Steel-type move, so it has some use in that situation. The other big thing about this Pokemon in particular, and why I picked Rabombe, is his ability. It has the ability Shield Dust, which means it can't be hit by Fake Out. Fake Out won't get the flinch effect on it, so basically this Pokemon can always get a move off. Now, this is where the moves get kind of interesting, because one other big weakness of the big bad boss is his Pokemon have penises. If his Pokemon didn't all have penises, this battle would be so much harder for me. But fortunately, because they all have penises, I can use a female Combee, and this... Combee. I can use a female Rabombe called Comb, and he... Oh, she is specifically trained to be just faster than every Pokemon in the start and can attract both of them at some point. An attraction in this game, I think it's 50% chance to fail due to immobilization by love, and that's basically my opening. I'm going to try and make people fall in love with me and let them fail their moves so that my Toucannon ally Pokemon maybe does something. And all I need to do is get Toucannon to do a little bit of work, and then suddenly this game is winnable. It's a lot of variance, I will grant that, because basically if Gardevoir gets off Hyper Voice, we kind of just lose the game. I say we lose the game. We lose the game if it gets it off before I set up Sticky Web. I basically need to attract both and set up Sticky Web. Then the game is somewhat winnable. There are obviously higher rolls than that, but we'll see if we can get them. The other moves on here are Struggle Bug, which is a multi-hitting move. Simply pops the balloon. Also lowers special attack by one stage, which again could potentially matter if, you know, the Toucannon gets one-shot by Mega Gardevoir. With 1- special attack on the Gardevoir, it no longer gets just one shot unless it gets crit. And then finally we got Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff is a really classical, you know, supportive move. I can potentially Pollen Puff sideways to heal my ally. That's never going to happen because my ally Pokemon are all going to get one shot, basically, but maybe, you never know. So, Rabombe, supportive, gives me some speed control. The other Pokemon in here, and this is my Heracross, this is like my big sweeper. This is my Olympus. He's holding Heracronite, sorry, I don't know why it's hard to say. Adamant as well. I've not got a Jolly one unlike most of the other Heracrosses I've been using. This guy is purely here for power. Ignore the Guts ability, it simply doesn't matter because I'm always going to Mega Evolve this Pokemon. When he Mega Evolves, he gets skill, and also his attack goes up by about 50 stages. And he gets a little bit more bulk. He does trade a bit of speed for it though. However, if I can get Sticky Web up, this Pokemon is faster than every Pokemon on the opposing team once they are affected by Sticky Web. It is slower than Togedemaru and Mega Gardevoir, which again is why I need to somewhat troll them a bit in the opening, because if I don't, then they will sweep me instead. But once we get into that situation, this Pokemon can do some dirty things. Brick Break, very good into Stack Attacker. It's also pretty good into Togedemaru, if I can get that matchup. And then just the other moves, Bullet Seed is for Kyogre, and then Smart Strike is just generally pretty good against the other Pokemon. One of the slight weaknesses of the Pokemon is I don't have a great move into Tapu Fini. No one does, to be honest with you, and the same with Amoonguss. They're probably going to end up being the two really, really painful Pokemon when we actually get into a proper run. But I'm sort of hoping that Amoonguss can just deal with... I'm hoping Heracross can just deal with Kyogre, because Kyogre basically just one-shots every bug. Then the final piece of the puzzle, and this is like a very questionable piece, I will say, is Parasect. Now, we did try and use this last time, and I was like, oh, this is stupid, this can't work. Having messed about with it, it could possibly work for a few reasons. Firstly, it's obviously good in the rain. It gets health per turn, and this thing has leftovers, that's made it pretty bulky as well. Also, it has got dry skin, so if it gets hit by a water move, it just slurps that up. Two of the Pokemon on my opposing team, Tapu Fini and Kyogre, have spread water moves, so this thing potentially could swap into one of those moves, take the hit and gain health from it as well. The final thing that like something like started to pique my interest, it actually learns Wide Guard, so potentially some of these other Pokemon where they can do these spread moves which would otherwise be like incredibly bad for me, Parasect can give some support for my ally with the form of Wide Guard. The other moves I've left on here, I've given it Leech Seed, potentially if we get into a situation where I Leech Seed both my opponent and Pokemon, this thing goes crazy. And I still got Spore in it, but honestly Spore maybe is the move that gets removed from this at some point, because as long as Misty Terrain's up, Spore does nothing. But on the off chance we can get Parasect in when the Misty Terrain's not up, Spore could put a Pokemon to sleep and just give me a little bit of tempo, right? And then finally I've got this thing learning Cross Poison, not any of the what are they called moves? Like the draining moves. And this is purely because this is better into Tapu Fini. Again, not great to Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss is like my big weakness Pokemon, but hopefully we can just overcome it. That is like the plan. Hopefully I can just figure it out on the day. Also, I'll grant you ears again. Then I'm going to give some honorable mentions. I still got, I maybe won't mess about with this if I get really stuck. I've still got a Scavalier hanging around. Actually pretty good, pretty specially bulky. I've got another Araquanid called Brook, by the way, which has been bred for the purpose. This Araquanid has got Water Absorb. It also has Wide Guard, has Icy Wind again for speed control, which hits both slots, and Sticky Web. But again, the problem with this is getting it in, getting the web off, and actually like letting it live for a bit. My other flaw with this Pokemon, why I thought it could be good, is Surf with Vaporeon will actually hit the Vaporeon and heal the Vaporeon as well. So it could actually be really, really good if I can get it with the Vaporeon. The problem though is I don't control my allies, so, you know, I could just never ever get this to be in line with Vaporeon. So I kind of came to the conclusion it wasn't a very solid strategy. The other Pokemon I'm just going to say is like an honorable mention. Frostlass, pretty good supportive Pokemon. Has Wide Guard as well, has Tailwind for speed control, Helping Hand as well to help your ally. The problem is that, as I said, the opposing Pokemon, the AI just cheats, and it just predicts your Wide Guard. Not every time, but like almost every time it feels like so. It just became really inconsistent, so I gave up on it. Scolipede was actually my original sweeper, but I made a bit of a little fuck up. I was relying this Pokemon having superpower, which it does learn, but only as a tutor, and you can't get the move tutor just yet, so it left a big gaping hole in coverage without fighting, so it just doesn't work anymore. I've actually made a new Shuckle as well called Crag, which is a bit more specially bulky, but again, it doesn't really quite work, Shuckle, compared to just using Parasect. And then finally, Beedrill, or Mega Beedrill in particular, has similarly good coverage to Mega Heracross, but it's a bit faster. The problem with this Pokemon is it's just unbelievably fragile, like, it can't kill two Pokemon at the same time, and so invariably you trade out one of the opponent's Pokemons, and then that other Pokemon just hits you and you die. Like, one of the funny things was when I was testing this is Togedemaru's fake out my Beedrill, and legitimately it lost a third of its health on fake out. I was like, well, you know, this is probably not going to work. Anyway, let's try and get some reps. And as I said, this is going to be super inconsistent. It's not one of those where it's like, oh, we could get unlucky, but we should win eventually. I think this is one where we, like, the odds are against us, basically. And it's mainly this opening. Oh, by the way, on my opening originally, you might be asking why do I not have Stun Spore and Rabombe? That was the classic strat I used to use where if I was using supportive Rabombe, I would Stun Spore a Pokemon very quickly and just hope for a Para Flinch, which is like 33% chance, but it gives you speed control later on. I swear there is some numbers in the back end of this battle which cheats, basically. I tried to do Stun Spore onto the Mega Gardevoir, I think 8 times in a row and failed all 8. The 9th time I hit it and then the 10th time I failed. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'll give up on the flinch chance, because if it's going to take, you know, 1 in every 10 attempts I get the Stun Spore off, and then I need 1 in every 3 of those to give me the Para Flinch, I will just go with the track strats instead. Anyway, Gardevoir is going to steal my ability. That is fine. Actually, I say that it's fine. It's not ideal. It kind of makes my Toucannon worse, but it's my rival's Toucannon, and it's just garbage anyway, so there's no point in worrying about it. Anyway, we are 1 speed faster than Gardevoir, which I think is the fastest Pokemon here. We are going to attract it. And it's a 50-50 whether or not I get it to flinch via attract. If we get the hit, then fantastic. If we don't, we're resetting, because we just instantly lose. It always fakes out Toucannon for whatever reason. Actually, it's a good thing the Toucannon takes the fake out because it's worthless. Alright, we lose. Hyper Voice will just one-shot 2 cannon, which is why 2 cannon is completely worthless. We could try and play this out, but it's simply not worth it. It's basically impossible from here for me to win. It requires some, like, insane luck, because there are a few of their moves as well that aren't 100% accurate, and I would need them to, like, miss. But rather than put you through all of that, I will just send this back. I will also save on the save state with the audio on. Normally as well, I try to not use the speed up button, but I'm forewarning you now, I'm going to use the speed up button a lot, because this is, as I said, this could take me 2 hours or 3 hours of just grinding against RNG. Because when you really think about it, I need to hit a 50-50 on the first turn, then I'm going to attract Token Tomorrow on the second turn, which ideally I'd hit 2 50-50s on there. So we're already at like a, you know, 1 in 8 for an optimal roll. And then everything after is gravy, because I get the sticky web off at that point. And this is also not bearing in mind, this Gardevoir, for whatever reason, crits all the goddamn time. Again, I swear there are numbers behind the scenes, which are, both which are not in my notes. Right, Cheeks clapped on 2 cannon. Alright, we lose. The death counter, by the way, is going to go up many times. Okay, back to attracting the Gardevoir. One lucky thing, by the way, I've got the berry on, by the way, the steel resist berry, because that thing has like iron head or something. Without it, it just one-shots me, so I have to put the berry on me, but it doesn't really ever attack me, but I think it's because I've got the berry. I think the AI recognizes it. Okay, we've hit the first 50-50. Now, there are 2 different lines we could go for here. I'm going to go for the attract line here, because all this Token Tomorrow is going to do now is it's going to start nuzzling people. It's going to, like, well, it's going to zing zap the 2 cannon and just kill it, but then it's going to start nuzzling me. So I'm going to hope for 2 50-50 rolls. If Gardevoir now hits the Pixelate Hyper Voice and kills 2 cannon, there's still a world where I live it from here. Just keeping the 2 cannon alive for 1 more turn takes a bit of aggro. So I think theoretically we can still win this, as long as I'm not correct. But now I need Token Tomorrow to fail its attack, otherwise it's going to kill me. Yeah, that's game. Okay. Actually, hold on. It's not quite game. I need a double immobilize here. If I can get double immobilize, it's actually theoretically possible. I need Sticky Web to go off. Oh, and this is the other fun RNG now. As I said, this Tyranitar is going to spam an 80 accurate move. Okay, we got the Sticky Web off. Holy shit, I'm faster with paralysis on me. How? Wait, how? Oh, he can't paralyze me. I forgot. I'm stupid. Because I've got Shield Dust. Oh, we got double... A double. Ah! Tyranitar, you swine. Okay, that's actually still really good, though, because what I can do now is slowly die to Tyranitar, but I can Struggle Bug, which will pop the air balloon on Token Tomorrow, and it will give Gardevoir a -1 special attack, which means that the rival Pokemon, the Tyranitar, might live a bit longer now. Okay, that's fine. We've done our job. That's scary. We hit a stone. Well, he hit a stone edge. That's gonna be Gardevoir dead, I think. Okay, it's not completely out of the realms of possibility now. But this is where things are gonna like super. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Because my issue now, because I've not dealt with the Togedemaru, is it's gonna nuzzle my Heracross at some point, which means I'm gonna lose all the speed control I had. But I can't leave Kyogre up on the field. What I could try and do is I could switch my Heracross into Parasect. Parasect takes the pulse, which I assume is incoming, and then Togedemaru would paralyze the Parasect instead. Yeah, I guess that's the best line I can take. My problem with this is if it does something different. Yeah, okay. Obvious nuzzle. But now we're at the mercy of Paraflinch. One of the like slightly awkward interaction is, you know, how do I deal with Togedemaru's Parasect with only a poison type move? Basically, we seed it and just hope for the best. Right, it's going for Paraflinch and Flinch now. Oh, I'm dead. That's game. Okay. Actually, I don't know why I stayed in there. I was like 100% certain I was dead. In fact, I think I need to basically ride the lightning on that one with the nuzzle. I think I just had to let Heracross take it. Because actually, after Kyogre, the speed is not a big issue anymore. Because Gardevoir's the other really quick Pokemon, and it's Togedemaru. But Togedemaru can't really hurt Heracross that much. Not true, by the way. It has Zing Zap, which actually does disgusting damage, but... Alright, back to attracting a Gardevoir. But yeah, other issues in like planning phases is if I try to lead with a Pokemon that just one-shots Togedemaru, Togedemaru fakes me out instead, and Gardevoir with Hyper Voice one-shots Toucannon from full health. Like, the Toucannon is so unbelievably crap. It's like unreal how bad this Toucannon is in this battle. I think I missed a death there, so I'll put up 2 on the counter. Okay, this time Gardevoir took Skilling, which I think is the better outcome for me, but it's like, it basically doesn't matter. Oh, the other really, really annoying thing is, obviously you might be saying, why don't you use Rabome to one-shot Togedemaru then, because it can't be flinched? It hasn't got a move that can one-shot Togedemaru. Because one of the other weaknesses of Rabome is it has, like, awful coverage. 50-50, by the way. We've hit it 1 time so far. Right, we'll do a little circle for luck, and then go in. Alright, copy skill link, fine. I'm okay with that. You can't abuse it. It's crazy. As I said, I swear the RNG stuff in this battle is always favored for enemy. There is another line, by the way, I could take, but I think it always leads to defeat, so I'm not going to try and do it just yet. But I didn't really investigate it. If I start with Struggle Bug, 2 Cannon lives the first turn. But it always dies the second turn then. But I don't know if that's like a benefit or a, like, not. The other thing I can do is if I Struggle Bug, I always get Sticky Web off. But basically, like, I don't know. I feel like the roll is too low. But maybe it's, like, acceptable. Because, like, there's a theoretical incredibly high roll where if I get 3 turns of constant flinching, 2 Cannon can deal with Gardevoir. And then we have 2 Cannon going into the next, like, phase, so to speak. But it's so hard to... Oh, it's so hard to justify when you always trade your 2 Cannon off of the first turn. I mean, in fact, you're trading 2 Pokemon, basically, if you go down that line. Look how much damage Fake Out does, by the way, to this fucking 2 Cannon. It's ridiculous. Alright, that is the 9th battle so far. We've hit 150-50, I think. When does this become statistically significant? Can someone do a T-test for me? Right, come on, Gardevoir. Be in love. Have some forbidden love with a bee. A lot of East Asian stuff does that, like, you know, for like, oh, they're making out now, they're making love. And then just show some bees. That's what I'm trying to recreate in this battle, I think. Anyway. Back we go. If random numbers, it comes statistically significant when you win. Alright. I don't know what times I'm going to give this before I go down the other line and investigate if it's actually winnable that way. It's more consistent the other way, but I definitely consistently lose my first 2 Pokemon. And we're not going to the really, really frustrating stuff yet, where if Hyper Voice crits Rabombe, just one-shots it. This is disgusting. Alright, let me just humor the other line a second. This is, by the way, when I get crit. Alright, we'll Struggle Bug instead, which, when it drops Gardevoir's special attack down by 1, which I think is guaranteed. So I think it's Bug version of Snarl, right? I'm pretty certain 2 Cannon will live. Even with the Fake Out damage, I think it'll live. I'll pop the Air Balloon as well and Togedemaru. Right, 2 Cannon, I need you to live this turn, buddy. Nice, okay, 2 Cannon now lives. The problem is, obviously, I have to Sticky Web now. Well, I don't have to. I could try the Attract strat now, but... we're in the same situation where if I fail the Attract, then... Womp, and 2 Cannon is dying this turn anyway, so... We'll do Sticky Web. Combi, I think he's dead to whatever happens there. I think this kills still. Yeah, okay. And I could be a bit more defensive, but then I would trade special defense for it, so it's not really worth it. I think I now have to go into Mushroom, which is very unfortunate because Gardevoir has Mystic Fire, so he probably could just one-shot me. So I guess this line isn't good with a Parasect. You know what? I'm going to believe that my Tyranitar buddy is going to Earthquake and just one-shot him. I don't know. No, it's not. It's going to Stone Edge. It's going to Stone Edge kill Gardevoir. We get the Leech Seed off from Togedemaru. It doesn't use Mystical Fire, which would one-shot, I think, Parasect, because it's 8 times weak to Fire. It didn't do it. Which is bold, because I live now. But yeah, this little fucking toilet brush steel ball thing is now going to paralyze all my Pokemon and my rival's Pokemon. Oh, he did Earthquake. Okay. Well, Togedemaru is dead, so that seeding was worthless. I seeded the wrong Pokemon. Actually, I forgot that's the other nice thing about Mushroom. It takes really, really low damage from Earthquake. And actually, one of the things I could do is I can Wide Guard to protect me from my ally's Earthquake. But he's so untrustworthy with it, which makes it, like, hard to justify doing it. And yeah, here comes the issue, because if Kyogre Ice Beams into my slot, I just lose. But if I switch and Gardevoir uses Hyper Voice, I lose. There's like, it's a no-win situation. I don't have counterplay here. The best I can do is Wide Guard so that Tyranitar can't die this turn. But I need to break through paralysis. The big misplay from my opponent now would be to use Origin Pulse. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Oh, okay, hang on a minute. Took a completely different line, which is very unhinged. Alright, we lose. That's a shame. Okay, if that situation occurs again, then there is a potential out of sporing a Pokemon. But I'm going to level with you. The Attract line is better, so I'm going back to the Attract line. Even though it's more frustrating, the outcome at the end of it all is, it leaves me in a better position. Holy shit, I think that leaves us 10-2 now. Never mind, they passed. It's 11-1, I think. Okay. I think we're going to see the 200 pop up today. I don't know if it's like this psychosis or something at this point, but I swear that's doing more and more damage. The fake out. I'm actually losing my mind. How are you breaking through this often? I'm going to check this actually. Is it 50-50? Because I swear Attract is like, it's a really obnoxious status effect. Attract Pokemon. Yeah, it's 50%. That is ridiculous how often they've broken through. I guess I have to recognize that these guys, they're here to take over the world. They don't have time for love. Alright, show me love. Show me the love. Ah, okay. We see turn 2. What a novel thing. Attracted Togedemaru now. And I need one of you to get immobilized again. Ideally the Gardevoir. Alright, Toucannon's dead. But it's still a run that I'm willing to take. Okay, sure. That's not insignificant either, because I might take another turn now as long as the Gardevoir gets immobilized. I have to do Sticky Web at some point, because otherwise Kyogre kills me. I'd love for a Bombay to live through this turn. But it's going to require you to fail this Gardevoir. Come on, fail twice. Yes! Hit! Yes! Okay, hang on a minute. It's happening. Gardevoir dies to the chip damage. And I can pop the balloon for Togedemaru. Sorry, for Tyranitar. There's no other job, by the way, for Ribombay. We can't attract Kyogre, sadly. Oh, it's Stack Attacker. Oh, it's Stack Attacker? Oh, oh, fuck! I need my ally to push Earthquake, but he won't. I think we lose. I'll see what I can do, because the problem here is Stack Attack is going to do Trick Room. I popped the air balloons. Go get it, Tyranitar. Use Earthquake, please. If you've used Earthquake, you'll one-shot the Stack Attacker from here. I don't care, you can take Combee down with it. Please. Read my mind, Tyranitar. Oh, he's gonna get Paraflinch, isn't he? We're not gonna learn. No. Okay, we're gonna lose. Unless the Stack Attacker is hard thrown. Yeah, it's over. It's over. I need to waste 5 turns now with Trick Room. And I'm the slowest Pokemon now. And yeah, there's just no out for me anymore. And what's even worse is I've Sticky Webbed it, so it's even slower now. So it's like the unbelievably slowest Pokemon of all time. I'll try and Pollen Puff side, but it's not going to happen. Because this thing's now going to spam Rock Slide every single turn. And he's looking for Paralysis, Flinch, and Flinch, Flinch. Oh, although, it's really awkward, this. If Tyranitar gets Earthquake off, fuck. It's possible. One Earthquake from T-Tar and this changes considerably. We have to go into Mootram Island here. And I'm going to try and troll the Stack Attacker because he's going to use Rock Slide again. We Wide Guard, which gets priority. That's the second turn of Trick Room down as well. Okay. Again, the AI just cheats. How did the AI know I had Wide Guard? It's not like a very common move to put on your Parasect. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, game. I've never seen that adaptation, though, where it goes to Stack Attacker. So, actually, I need my Ribombay to die. At, like, the perfect timing. It turned out to be bad. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do about it, either. Because, again, this fucking Pokemon has such awful coverage, it can't deal with it. Although I'd say this, maybe I can get Energy Ball. I don't know the numbers of this, but maybe Energy Ball kills. I doubt it, though, because this thing has no special attack. It's all in the defense, baby. Alright, are you immobilized by love? Alright, we're back to this again. You throw me a bone, give me some bad luck, and then do this. God, if only it hit Earthquake, actually, because if it hits Earthquake, then Trick Room still goes up, but Parasect will be the slowest Pokemon then in the game. And my allies' Pokemon will also be slower than most of their Pokemon, except Amoonguss. And I could have worked with that. This was another line, by the way, I looked at doing, trying to force Stack Attacker in to do Trick Room, and then taking advantage of the Trick Room, but there is no bug slower than Stack Attacker. The closest is Escavalier, but even that, I can't get it slow enough. It's like... it's my Joker moment. It's like 13-2 now. On a 50-50. This is how superstitions are made now. I'm like thinking about things I can do before the battle, like a good luck charm. And I started spinning around. Not that it's really given me any luck so far, but as soon as maybe I spin clockwise and not counterclockwise or vice versa, and we start hitting a few runs of attract working, the superstition comes into effect, right? And then one thing leads to another, and you form a religion based on turning clockwise or counterclockwise. Alright, come on! Cool. Very cool. The sad thing is, like, I just don't think there's a better option right now. This battle is just so cursed for me. Because the other line I considered, because there's another really good bug move called Rage Powder. Again, it's like one of the best bug moves in the game. Might be the best bug move in the game. Between that and... what else? Quiver Dance is pretty good as well. But Rage Powder for, like, controlling where attacks go. But the Gardevoir is going to spam spread moves, so it doesn't matter. Like, the juice is not worth the squeeze keeping this 2-cannon up, but equally, I need to, like, somewhat vaguely try to keep it alive. Just to take a few hits for me. Why didn't you not bring your Mamoswine? This is the other thing that, like, grinds my gears. Mamoswine would be so good here. And I know my rival's got it. But he left it at home. He decided to bring 2-cannon. Well, there's 200. The other opening I can fart around with a little bit is trying to use Frostmoth, but again, it requires the Gardevoir to use a spread move on turn 1, and even then it kind of leads into disaster, because again, at some point Stack Attacker or something like that will come in at the most inopportune moment. And also, if I do that, I have to change my Parasect because I need something with speed control. It just gets really messy. Okay, we've immobilized with love. Again, please. Eventually, I'm going to hit the 1 in 8 line where I get 2 turns of immobilization on both of them. and then Toucannon's gonna do something. The wrong move, but he'll do something. Alright, well, one day we'll live the 1 in 8 line. It's fine. Actually, optimal, because I need my, as we found out, my Rebombing needs to die this turn now. If Toucannon doesn't live. We need T-Tar. I mean, ideally we would get Gardevoir fails the attack, T-Tar hits Gardevoir, and Togedemaru kills me. That's the dream. Okay, hits. Ah, I hate this battle! The one line! The one line where Stone Edge misses. It's the one where I get the immobilization with Love Turn. Alright, well, what I can do at the very least is I can pop the air balloon and load the special of Gardevoir. That's not insignificant. We really need Togedemaru's attack to not go through now. Don't nuzzle my Tyranitar. That's fine. Well, okay, it's going to go through now because my Kobe's dead. Right, T-Tar breaks through the paralysis and hit the Stone Edge that you invariably have launched. Hey, he's hit it. The problem, though, is Togedemaru is still here. I have to go to Heracross. If they send out Kyogre here, I have to just kill the Kyogre. Yeah, I think the last time was a misplay when I swapped. I need to finish with the Parasect. Well, Parasect control them a little bit, at least. So this is the entire reason, by the way, I brought Mega Heracross. When it Mega Evolves, it gets Skill Link. It has a disgustingly high attack stat, and it's not completely fragile, so... it will kill Kyogre in this hit. The problem is that I'm going to get nuzzled now, so I'm always going to be liable to being paralyzed. And I got paralyzed on the turn, I say. Cool. But the death counter then. It's fucking Togedemaru. It's actually the worst Pokemon here by a country mile. I don't know how they've generated a team of basically purely legendaries and created one little Steel Rat being the most annoying Pokemon. If only Ribombay learned one fighting type move, this battle would be so much easier. Alright, I'm going to try a different line. I'm going to go with Struggle Bug to open. And I'm going to attract on turn 2 instead. Because this way, when Toucannon invariably dies, because it will die, then Mega Tyranitar will be hopefully able to Earthquake the Togedemaru away, and then maybe that gives me the advantage. I'm basically trading 2, but hopefully I'll get 2 in response when T-Tar comes on the field. So we need to attract this. Toucannon probably dies to Togedemaru is my prediction. Like, I think it's going to get Zing-Zapped, but that's honestly fine. The dream is to try to nuzzle me for whatever reason, but I don't think it will. Nuzzled the Toucannon, I think. Oh no, he nuzzled me. It's throwing. Toucannon did something! Let's go! It's done an attack. Holy moly. Look at this damage. He used the wrong move, by the way, but look at this damage. Ah, it's Toucannon. Alright. Didn't pick up a kill, I noticed. This is where things get a bit scary. I think I have to Sticky Web at this point, which basically is dooming one of my Pokemon, but it dooms my battle if I don't get Sticky Web off. And if we get the attraction on Gardevoir, potentially one of us lives. Nice. That's a huge series of events. And this thing is throwing. Why is it nuzzling me? Holy shit, hang on a minute. We found the better line. The better line is to break the air balloon early. Not Stack Attacker. Ah! Oh, God, no. Okay, we lose again. I think. God damn Stack Attacker. They're good at Trick Room. It's 100% certainly Trick Room. This is going to do negative damage, but I think it's the optimal play. I have to break the air balloon. And then T-Tar needs to break through Flinch and pick up a kill. Again, this is huge that they're throwing, because every turn we both stay alive is a turn I'm going to burn through Trick Room. So it's now the fastest Pokemon, so we're both dead. There's no living this anymore. Although, if it misses Toucannon, because it's not 100% accurate Rock Slide, and Toucannon gets another attack off, because it's going to be faster than Togedemaru, it might do some damage. Okay, it hits both. Of course, it would hit both of us, only 90 accurate. Oh, and by the way, Stack Attack is now getting his Beast Boost up, which is, like, super scary. Hey, do you think the AI is going to recognize again that I've got, what's his name? Oh, please send out T-Tar, by the way. T-Tar? Nice. I have to wide guard because I need T-Tar to live through this turn. T-Tar will go before Togedemaru as well. I suspect Togedemaru might swap out here. Not swapping. Okay. The dream is they've Rock Slided. If they've Rock Slided, then we're going to get a double kill. And I take no damage, by the way, if they've Earthquaked. You better have Earthquaked, by the way. Okay, they obviously knew I had Wide Guard, so that's probably the game, but we might get a double kill here. It did Earthquake. This will be a double kill. And how did you live? What? T-Tar's 2 levels higher, and you're 4 times weak to ground. Okay, well, that just instantly loses the game. How did you not... What? Where's my file? Are you not max attack? My notes say you're max attack. I actually just don't believe that. I guess it's not stab, right? Is rock dark? Piece of garbage. And what's worse now is because I sticky web them, the Kyogre's faster than me, but it's like the least of our concerns. This is like 100% defeat. I'll put the death on there now while this like plays through. That's gonna insta-kill me. What's worse is Stack Attack is like throwing, but it doesn't matter. Why did you use Stone Edge? It's 80 accurate. Why would you not use Earthquake? You would have hit both of them. Whatever. I hate this swap into Stack Attack that they keep doing. Let me see if he does it again. I'm just intrigued at this point. Right. 50-50 on the attract. If only Scolipede would learn superpower at this point. I could have led with it. It would have been actually a pretty good lead here. Well, moderately good lead. Why did my ally bring support Pokemon as well? Why couldn't you support me? You have the entire Pokedex to pick from. I can only pick the bugs. I'm going back to the usual. I feel like that line always leads to Stack Attacker coming out, which is like literally the worst timeline. I think I need my Rabomik to die at a very specific time. And possibly even the Toucannon, honestly. I need the game to not see a bug and a bird and go like, a rock type would be pretty good here. I need to avoid that timeline. Like, I think I need Tyranitar to be out on the field at the same time. Because then it'll go for Kyogre. Alright, we hit another one. I still feel like this is about, by the way, like 18-4 at this point. The 50-50s, with obviously us in the 4 category. Alright, someone fall in love with me, please. That's fine. It's acceptable at this point. Also fall in love with me, please. Well, actually, maybe we don't want you to fall in love. Well, too late now. Make sure the web goes up. Okay. I wish the game would also recognize that Gardevoir's not the issue here. It's Togedemaru by like a country mile. Why is the AI the AI? Why does it make my life so much harder? If you hit Togedemaru there, the game is so much easier for me. I can't do anything about this again. All I can do is pop the old air balloon for my friend, and then hope that he earthquakes. Which he won't. Does Stone Edge have a flinch chance? I don't think it does it? It has heightened crit. I doubt it crits and kills though, because it's not effective, right? And now you hit Togedemaru. I might want to put Protect on this thing. You see the issue here, your teammates not recognize that bugs are clearly the strongest type in the game. Yeah, why are you not using bugs? I mean, it'd be better than what they've brought, honestly. Fucking bring Weedle. It'll have the same results Toucannon's had so far. Except Weedle might have poisoned. Yeah, maybe... Oh, fuck's sake. Maybe I put Protect on this thing. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Every bit of bad luck that could go wrong for me goes wrong. Every good luck for them almost always happens. And like the one time where it goes good for me, then I'm gonna get like absolutely shit luck immediately afterwards. I just don't seem to get like back-to-back like relatively good results. Like, you know, I get my 2 attract turn that I want, then the T-Tar flinches immediately from paralysis. But if Rabombe learnt sleep powder, I would give you sleep powder, so you could potentially put it to sleep before it can do anything. I can't stall the stack attack with this Pokemon, I can't kill it. Do I learn, could this thing learn Whirlwind? Because if I can learn Whirlwind, maybe I'll just send it back into the back lines. Maybe that's the best outcome, but holy shit. And what's worse is, I did like a little bit of testing beforehand just to see like how this would roughly go. They never once brought Stack Attacker out this early. They've just decided to start doing it now to troll me, as I turn the stream on. And what's worse is my other line that I was going to try. The reason I stopped doing that is because they brought Stack Attacker in. So I was like, well, I don't want to bring Stack Attacker in early, so I'll do something different. Which, in their defense, made sense at that time, because I was bringing out a Bug Ice type, which is 4 times weak to Rock. So yeah, bring your Rock type out, that makes sense. Honestly, hang on. Let's keep this going for a second. I'm just intrigued. Maybe the two kind of just does not matter at all. Can any bug learn self-destruct? Yeah. Fortress can get it, but I don't have Fortress yet. Also, it wouldn't be that good here. Because Togedemaru resists it. I lose. I didn't get Sticky Web up. Other issues are if this was Gen 9, Covert Cloak would be in the game, and Covert Cloak would basically solve my opening problems. Basically, the issue is I can't deal with Fake Out with the bugs. The only bug that can deal with it really is Rabombe, but Rabombe can't kill Togedemaru, so it's just like hyper cursed. And then this fucking Pokemon just sits here nuzzling everyone, and I just can't do anything about it. Well, I can, but I need my ally to like recognize when T-Tar comes in that Togedemaru is the huge threat here. Gardevoir doesn't matter that much. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And I've got Pokemon that can deal with Gardevoir, but the AI will not recognize this. I said, I'll stick in now. I think we just screw the two cannon. If I can get a double flinch this turn, then it works out fine. But no, why would it? Why would I get a 50% flinch chance? I wish I was totting it up. It has to be like, at this point, basically 15% chance to get a mobilization. But what's really weird is like when I do get it, I get it like multiple times normally, but getting that first one feels like it's like getting blood from a stone. Fine. I'll get it next turn instead. And that was worse, I think, is it has like Mega Evolve animations, so I have to watch them every time when I fail my attract for the first 2 turns. It's absurd. Alright. We've had 18 attempts, I believe. Actually, no, it's 28 attempts we've had so far. There's a 1 in 8 line where I get 3 in a row. I've not experienced it yet. Which actually might be a good thing, as I said, because I think they'll just bring Stack Attacker in. we got one immobilization. That's all we're gonna get, though. Right, AI, just... I beg of you, please... Please hit Togedemaru, not God of War. You stupid fucking Pokemon. Stack Attacker's coming back in. Do you think the game's deterministic? I believe it rolls on a RNG-based table for like every frame or something you move in. I think if I like started speaking did exactly the same movement, it would do that, but I like fuck around a little bit. Also, I think it's also based on time, so I think it's very unlikely I get the same result. Again, T-Tar, buddy, I just need to do... I say I need to do an Earthquake. In 2 turns, I need to do an Earthquake. And it breaks through at this moment. Fine, you've nuzzled the wrong Pokemon. I can take that. And then what's even worse, again, I'm sure the AI is programmed to do this. It now goes after Togedemaru when the problem is now Stack Attacker. Like, if it attacks Stack Attacker there with the crunch, there's actually a world where we still get through this, but... But now we're just hyper fucked. T-Tar, don't flinch, please. The crit didn't matter. Earthquake and somehow kill. Hey, no, you need a crit, I think. Because we've already seen the maths and he doesn't math up. Okay. Crit on Stack Attacker, I think will kill. Why are you so weak? You're 2 levels higher and you're a Mega Tyranitar! And it's 4 times weak to that! I don't get how it doesn't kill. It doesn't make sense. Again, I need the game now to not recognize that I've got Wide Guard. If the game doesn't recognize that I've got Wide Guard, because why would it? It's a fucking Parasect. Then... there's intrigue, at least. What are you doing? Why have you done this? Of course it does Gyro Ball, by the way. I'm pretty slow. Okay, I live. And I'll heal from this. I dodged it because of Wide Guard. Oh my god. How am I meant to predict my ally being actually completely moronic? Still, we get a decent chunk of healing back. The problem now is I have to Wide Guard again because I can't let Stack Attacker try and flinch Vaporeon. I need Vaporeon to attack Stack Attacker. Okay, we can work this. I'm probably going to lose Mushroom Island here, which basically means I lose the game, but... that's fine. I think Kyogre's going to Thunder. Please Thunder the Vaporeon. Because it'll live, because it's got an Electric Reduction Berry. Ice Beam! Why? I know why, but... and then what's even worse is because I've set up Sticky Web, and Trick Room's gone up. Olympus is now the slower Pokemon of the 2. Well, goodbye to my Pokemon. I don't know I'm carrying it on. It's hyper mega lost. Right. What can I... Can the AI detect what item you're holding? No, but yes. I don't think they're meant to, but I'm pretty certain they do know. It's like I'm pretty certain they know what move I input as well. Because there's no reason that's... Well... There's not many reasons certain situations why Stack Attacker wouldn't use Rock Slide when it has Trick Room. Because that's the whole point of the Pokemon, is it has a spread move that can flinch. And it just happens to stop it when I swap in my Bug, which is weak to it. Let's do something different. If only for my own sanity, let's do something different. I'll lead with Everglade. I will bring Brook this time, and I'll bring Olympus. Brook is quite similar to Parasect, but the problem now is that getting speed at the right time is going to be a little bit tricky for me. Also, Toucan, I think, is like giga fucked. But what I can do now is I can just close combat Togedemaru. And this will kill it. So I think Togedemaru now is going to fake out me instead. The scary thing here is that Mega Gardevoir might just do Mystical Fire on Everglade and it'll probably kill it. Yeah, okay. Fakes me out now. But it doesn't matter because Toucan is going to die to Hyper Voice, I think. It lived. Astonishing. Now it attacks the wrong Pokemon because it's stupid. On the positive side, though, Gardevoir is not using the right move here. Oh, don't cause me to Paraflinch. Please, I beg of you. 1 in 3. It's over. I lose. Because now T-Tar gets flinched, sorry, paralyzed, that just ends the game. I'll try that line again, though. It mentally reset me a little bit. Alright, that is probably always going to happen if I do this lead. Barring a crit. Toucan dies because it's worthless. We get nuzzled again. Please break through. We break through. Togedemaru is now dead. Or it will be dead. I forgot it has sturdy as well. Earthquake, I beg of you. Everglade can take an earthquake, right? Actually, the right play might be to do this. It's slightly presumptuous of me. But I could get speed control from Brook. And also, if they go into Stack Attacker, I can actually punish it with Brook a little bit. We're very specially bulky. Still did quite a lot of damage, though. There's the Nuzzle and T-Tar. 80 accurate moves with a 33% chance to fail. Okay, Earthquaked. I respect that. It's going to get a double kill. What's interesting is who's going to come in now. I actually don't know who will come in. I assume it's going to be Kyogre still, which would be bad. Kind of. Kyogre and Tapu Fini. Okay. I don't love it, but My hot prediction right now is that a Thunder is about to come into this slot. So I'm actually going to swap. I'm going to let Everglade take the Thunder, because Everglade's basically done its job. It's not quite true, because Everglade would actually be extremely good at stack attacker as well, if you can get one close combat off. But it should take and live the Thunder, I think. It does. Oh, I didn't expect Muddy Water, though, because that would have just healed up my Pokemon again. Alright, well, I guess they part predicted the switch. I have no speed control, so I have to come into Brook now. I need to use Icy Wind because I need to get speed advantage on Kyogre, and this will slow them down. Okay, hit Vaporeon. That's actually pretty good for me. Because one of my other sneaky texts I said is if I can get a Rakun with Vaporeon, Surf will heal Vaporeon. Not only halves your health, so, you know. It's not going to be that much damage. That's actually not a bad turn for us. Oh, the graphic's wrong. There you go. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, so I'll leave the graphic blank. Alright, we have speed advantage now. The problem is I don't have Pokemon advantage, and I don't really know what to do about that. Probably Vaporeon dead, right? Yeah, okay, that's game. Because this is the situation where I get stuck in now. That. It's Heracross versus the world, basically, and Heracross can't win. And yeah, the problem with that line is, like, it doesn't really get better than that. That just happens often. At some point, I have to predict a call, but it's not going to lead to glory. We could try you instead, but again, the real issue with you, firstly, you've got Helping Hand to help the Toucannon, which is, like, actually a heinous play because Toucannon is worthless. Also, you probably bring in Stack Attacker. Reef would be good if it had a fighting move. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a fighting move, so it's completely worthless. Shuckle has classically solved many of my problems, but the problem with Shuckle is I can't Toxic Togedemaru, which is normally the strategy. So Togedemaru just lives infinitely. And I also can't Toxic Stack Attacker, so it's actually pretty bad. And then Dust Bowl means I can't use Mega Heracross, and Mega Heracross is simply Mega Beedrill, but somewhat better. It actually depends if you would really class it as better. It's more... no, it's faster but fragile, is what Mega Beedrill is versus Mega Heracross. So yeah, I don't know. I sincerely think the line I went first, I know it will eventually work, but it's like soul destroying. Man, if only Rabombe learnt one fighting move, this would actually just be over. If it learnt Focus Blast, this game would be done. We would be on the next area. It's fine. The first one doesn't matter, we've learnt this. You know what, maybe we do this instead. Maybe I just do one turn of Attract, and if it doesn't work, so be it. We just put up Sticky Web. And then, except that Combi probably dies here. Because for some reason, it tries to nuzzle the wrong Pokemon, but then Tyranitar fucks up instead. Yeah, that's the problem with this. If Toucannon dies on turn 1, Tyranitar comes in too early. Because now you're going to bring Stack Attacker in, right? So, I think the order of the day is keep Toucannon alive long enough that I die before it dies, I think is the dream. It's a game about keeping the worst Pokemon of all time alive, I think. And if I can achieve that, then I can then get a Pokemon in front of Stakataka. Because if I have Heracross on the board when Stakataka comes in, Stakataka will die. There's no world where it lives. And to do that, I need to hit the 1 in 8 chance, I think, of multiple attracts going off. Which is impossible, because I can't hit the 1 in 2. 1 in 2? The 50-50. Yeah, that was a 1 in 2, never mind. My brain is getting fried now. If we want to change the pace as well, I could do Paralysis with Stun Spore instead, which is... gives me some speed advantage on the Pokemon, but it's less likely for it to come off than Attract is. And it's not 100% chance to hit either, so it's like really, really unlikely. Fuck, maybe I put both on. Maybe I do Attract into Stun Spore. Maybe I Stun Spore my side T-Tar. Like, it's absurd. It's 50-50. I've had so many battles now. It's like, what, 30 or so battles? I think I've hit it 5 times. It's rotten. It's cheating. I swear. Okay, we got 1 turn of Attract. New plan. Kill Combee, please. They have their own trigger calculation. It'll check if it's paralyzed, I think, first. I'm actually not sure of the order. But it'll check if one happens, and then if it happens, then it'll check the other one. So yeah, both together would actually be quite good. I have to do this. Because if Tyranitar kills Gardevoir, then out comes our friend, but now Heracross is going to get ruined. It's consistent, I believe. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew it was super effective. I didn't know the calculation if I lived through that. But I didn't check it because I didn't want it to ever arise. Oh... this opening sucks. What are my other options? Bug. Sticky Web. So the only bugs that know Sticky Web are Galvantula Levani, Masquerain, Vikavolt, which is super slow, Kricketune, which is a joke, Shuckle, which I guess we've got, but I think Shuckle will just lead into our old friend Stakataka, Ariados, which is pretty garbage, Orbeetle, it requires some setting up, but I could get Orbeetle, Araquanid and Ribombay, which we've got. The problem with Galvantula is I think I did the calculation and it just dies. If it gets a flinch, it's guaranteed to die to Hyper Voice, so it's not a great line. I could give Vikavolt a Quick Claw and see where the world takes us, but I think that's going to be a bad line as well. This is just not nice. It's just as no good option. It's that simple. It's kind of like this or bust. Or I don't go for speed control. The other thing I could try to do, but I think it's probably harder to set up. But maybe we'll do it because, like, I'm losing my mind. Let's take out Frostmoth for a bit. Frostmoth has got speed control, but it's not in the form of Sticky Web. It's in the form of Tailwind, and Tailwind only lasts 5 turns, so the timing is now really tight on what I want to do. And you're holding a HP increasing berry, sorry, not reduction. That would be super bad. But I think this is going to be super bad as well, just for warning you. But I think what's going to happen here is I'm just going to invite Stack Attacker into our life again, because I'm 4 times weak to rock. Thankfully, Gardevoir took skilling there, not ice scales. I guess that's the other potential scary thing of this line. Every single turn up until now, it's done Fake Out and Hyper Voice. I'm going to push Wide Guard, which will neutralize Hyper Voice. I bet you this is the time he doesn't Hyper Voice. There is like a slight aside to this though, because they can Fake Out me, so the Wide Guard doesn't go off, but why would you Fake Out a Frostmoth? It's a Frostmoth. It's stupid. Worthless. Alright, fair enough. Toucannon lives though. Targets the wrong Pokemon again, but it lives. Tailwind is not a great play now. I mean, it's so awkward this opening. I just hate it. See? It didn't go for a spread move this time, because it thinks I'm going to Wide Guard. But joke's on you, I got tilted and pushed a different button instead. Please don't Paraflinch me. It's absurd. I'll try that line again, though. It's not a good line, though. I just don't like it. It requires you just to get so many insane predictions correct to achieve it. And as I said, it's so easily countered just by getting faked out one time. Okay, they faked out the other Pokemon this time, but I bet you it's not doing a spread move. Holy shit, if it's spread move. Hang on a minute. We're cooking now. We shouldn't push it again because it does have non-spread moves, so I will accept the AI is smart enough to not push the same button 2 times in a row. That's probably Toucannon dead, by the way. Yep, Toucannon, good Pokemon. Thanks, thumbs up. Thanks for showing up again, buddy. Break through the paralysis, I beg of you. Alright, we've lowered their speed. And I think now I have to Tailwind. Actually, I don't need to Tailwind. But it's the problem. I need Tundra to die as soon as I Tailwind. That would be the dream. But I'm the slowest Pokemon here, so it's fairly unlikely to happen. You know what might be the right play here? I think I should Helping Hand Tyranitar. No, maybe that's not a good idea, actually. Well, you know what? Let's see what happens. I'm slightly worried I'm going to bring Stack Attacker upon us again. But actually, if Stack Attacker comes... No, Stack Attacker would be really bad. I was going to say, is it the end of the world? It's pretty bad. Ow. What does the Air Balloon and Togedemaru do? It means it's immune to ground type moves until it's hit by 1 attack. which is pretty good for Togedemaru because it's 4 times weak to ground. Excuse me? I've got the wrong berry on you, apparently. Good to know. We don't want to see Stack Attacker here. But I think we're about to see his stackiness. Stack Attacker, by the way, has Air Balloon as well, so... And Stack Attacker is also 4 times weak to ground. Actually, a fun fact about this battle is ground-type moves are really, really strong in it because there is no Pokemon on their team that is weak to... resists ground. But they have 2 Air Balloon users because they recognize this. Fuck! It's Stack Attacker! I can't deal with it. The best I can hope for here is hit Icy Wind. But I don't know if I live through Origin Pulse. I do resist it, right? I doubly resist it, I think. Okay, good to know I don't live. I thought it was like 4 times resistant because of the ice scales. Let me just check your Trick Rooming. Oh, it didn't Trick Room. Hang on a minute. They're throwing. It doesn't matter, but they are throwing. The problem now is that Kyogre's just going to sweep me. Because I didn't get an advantage for speed. So yeah, Kyogre will go first, but this one-shots Stack Attacker. It missed. I think Origin Pulse is 85 accurate, by the way. Which is why normally Primal Kyogre doesn't use Origin Pulse, it uses Water Spout instead. Which I think does more damage and is 100% accurate, but lowers in damage as its health goes down. That's the throw that I needed to give me a minor chance of winning this battle. Burn. Okay, we didn't get the burn. I probably need another one to be completely truthful with you. But if I get one more, then suddenly Heracross is actually a bit of a nightmare for my opponent. Actually, the other thing I could just do... Yeah. Hang on a minute. This is fine. Put Olympus back in the back pocket. I think Origin Pulse is coming out again. Nice. Dry Skin, I'm immune to water. My Vaporeon friend is immune to water. Tapu Fini, I think will use a slot, move into my Mushroom slot maybe. It's so scary. Basically, the Kyogre can pick up a kill on Mushroom if it wants to. And it's really hard for me to deal with this. And I can't Spore anymore because Tapu Fini's come out. Wide Guard's going to be pointless because it's going to use Ice Beam. Yeah. It's just going to kill the Parasect. Fuck! You are a scumbag! That's actually completely my fault. There was no point in me doing it. Because at the end of the day, it was always going to come down to me needing him to miss another move on my Heracross, which he's not going to do. And it does disgusting damage to Origin Pulse. Alright. Back to the other line. I don't think the Frostmoth is going to cut it. I guess one final check I can do is Brook reasonable in the opening? Let me see what happens with Brook in the opening, just before I throw the baby out with the bathwater. Do you have a Araquanid as one of these slots? There you go. Perfect. My worry about using a Araquanid to open is Togedemaru has a one-shot mechanic, but I do have Electric Resist Berry on him, so maybe he holds on. Or maybe this gives some space for Toucannon to do something. I don't know. just get a sticky web out immediately. Actually, I don't know. We could have wide guarded again to try and protect the toucan, but is it worth wide guarding to protect the toucan? You have to ask yourself this. Crit didn't matter, fortunately. The other slightly uncomfortable thing I will say is that I don't think I'm particularly well versed to go into stack attacker right now either. Even though I've got a super effective move in the form of Surf. Surf hits Tyranitar as well, which would be like a pretty bad thing for me to do right now. And actually, also in Sandstorm, special moves go down, so this is like not the partnership I want, to be very, very honest with you. Yep, I knew you were going to do a spread move. Somehow you knew already that I've got Wide Guard, even though I've not used it yet. It's funny that. Right, that pops air balloon gives a bit of speed advantage if I bring Heracross in at some point. But that's going to be Stack Attacker. Right, Stack Attacker. No, it's Kyogre. That's actually pretty big. This thing has Water Absorb, by the way, so it's can't easily be killed by Kyogre. I'm going to make an extremely bold call here. I think an electric attack is coming into my slot from Togedemaru. It might be Nuzzle, to be fair, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's Zing Zap. Because if they use Zing Zap, then they kill Araquanid. And then Kyogre's free to Origin Pulse. I think we're both going to swap here, is my prediction. Me and my ally. And we'll go into Mushroom. I'm going to tell you the truth as well. I'm going to probably swap back again immediately afterwards. We'll see. Didn't expect Iron Head into the Tyranitar slot. Super effective and can flinch. I did get hit by an electric move, but it was from Kyogre. It's like a 15% chance! What? I get paralyzed, because of course I do. Togedemaru does die. I'm going to assume Tapu Fini is incoming. And we get a little bit of health back. All in all, not a terrible turn. We picked up a kill. Stack Attacker. Okay, well, that's probably the game. No, it's not. I can Spore Stack Attacker. I need to not get Ice Beamed by Kyogre. Alright, they're throwing. If they just Ice Beam me there, the game was over. I need to break through Paralysis as well. I thought I would be quicker, which actually makes sense now that I think about it, because Paralysis is not very quick. Okay. Stack Attacker is asleep. Actually, huge, 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 huge. Also, fun fact, Parasect can't pop the air balloon on that thing, so, you know, because Elite Sheet doesn't pop it, it has to be an attack. We'll see the Kyogre, I think. Although I say that. You know what? Fuck this. I think... I don't know if this is the play. Stack Attacker leaves. I feel like an Ice Beam's coming into Brook. It does resist it, and it's got a very high special defense, but is that good enough? I really need my ally to recognize that if it does a side Scald here, it would actually be quite good. I would heal a decent chunk. Do you live this? You do live it. It's just this Kyogre because I can't get speed on it. I need an Icy Wind to go off. Yeah. They're not going to let me. I think Tapu Fini's going to kill it. Oh, he can't kill it with this! Wait, hang on a minute. Can the Rakuna not die to Tapu Fini? No, it can. It's got Moonblast. It's through. It must have checked the damage roll. This is actually winnable now. As long as Kyogre doesn't swap, this is winnable. They hard griefed this. To an astonishing degree, in fact. Bird! Okay, we're not gonna get lucky again. Please, game, don't recognize that I'm faster than you. It stayed in. That's Kyogre dead. My slight concern now is Nature Madness is going to come into Heracross, but my other slight concern is I need Heracross to kill Stack Attacker, because Parasect can't kill Stack Attacker. But if Vaporeon stays alive, Vaporeon can kill Stack Attacker. A burn, I beg of you. Oh, they had Icy Wind as well. They're going for speed control themselves. Too late, buddy. Actually, not too late. I think you're faster than me now. Okay, Amoonguss is a problem. Like, actually a problem for all my Pokemon as well, to be fair. I can't easily deal with it. Earthquake's my best move, but I'll hit Vaporeon with this, so I don't really want to do it. I'm too far gone. I need to do a damage calculation check quickly. I need to know what my best move is into Tapu Fini. Is it Tapu Fini I need to worry about, though? Fuck, maybe it's Amoonguss. Let me actually have a look at both of these things. It's taking me too long to get here to throw this now. Mega Heracross. And Mega Heracross. Into Tapu Fini. And into Amoonguss. Right. So, Earthquake is the best result into Amoonguss. The second best is Smart Strike. And for Tapu Fini... Oh, it's Bullet Seed. Oh, of course it's Bullet Seed. It's neutral. And I've got Skill Link. And spoilers, it's not neutral. It's actually super effective damage. Okay. I don't really want to leave Amoonguss on the field, though, because I think it's going to kill the Vaporeon. But if I can kill Tapu Fini, it would actually be pretty big. And I don't think Amoonguss can do a lot to Heracross either. Fuck your berry, I forgot. I might still kill, because it's like 90% damage. A crit would go a long way. I don't think it's killing. It might leave it on 1 health. Okay, it still kills. Amoonguss can't Spore because we're on Misty Terrain as well. I'm using your terrain against you. Ice Beam goes off. This is going to be super effective, right? That's a decent chunk of damage. Frostbite. Okay, that's Vaporeon dead, I think. Yeah. Oh my god, that's a lot of health back. I will say this Amoonguss is quite specially attacking. It's not as bulky as you'd expect. Stack Attacker's back, which is fantastic news for me because Stack Attacker is going to get fucked over by me, and I'm not going to let it even have a chance to set up Trick Room. This is 4 times weak to me. This should one-shot. I'm not even risking the sleep. Like, if it just gets like a 1-turn wake and trick rooms, I lose the game. Is this the last Pokemon, by the way, or is there another one? I've lost track. I think this is the last guy. Fucking Paraflinch. It's the last Pokemon. Ah, funny problem now. Parasect. Parasect, my last Pokemon. Not very good into Amoonguss. Not impractically bad, but not good. Smart Strike is my best attack until Tita dies. Is Amoonguss a Among Us reference? I think Amoonguss came out before Among Us. I think it might be the reverse, if anything. Tita, please hit it. Please don't Earthquake as well. You're actually a piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. You flinched and then missed. And you are giving him all the health back. And you're slowly killing me with Sandstorm. Although I say that, the Sandstorm is equally going to protect me from the special moves, right? So, it might be in my favor, actually, for the Sand to be up. That's the last little bit of health he's going to get. Thank you, Tita. Honestly, thank you, Ally. Your Tita did nothing. Your fucking Toucannon was actually a disease, a plague on my house. I think God sent it as one of the fucking plagues of Earth. Your Vaporeon, no thumbs up. Your Vaporeon actually did some good work. I like your style on your Vaporeon. All your other Pokemon, though, you should feel bad about. I think this is lethal. I think we've done it. I think we've beat this guy. Yes! Alright. Effectively a 3v6. Because my rival stinks the place out. Oh, by the way, that's not the end of this. No! How about... Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let's save the game. So, I have another double battle, which I think I have to do with my rival again. But I can't remember if I do have to do that. Either way, let me go heal. And we'll grab some books. I'm pretty certain I'm allowed to fly off the mountain and come back again. If not, I've got a save state. And as I said last time, you should really save state this game because there are soft locks in the game if you're not careful. Very few and far between, but like, obviously you don't want to lose your playthrough to like a soft lock at this stage of the game. Okay. You guys, you new named Pokemon, well not Tundra, but Reef, Crag, get fucked. We're never probably gonna ever use you again. Don't need that Dupider anymore either. Alright. Who do we want to bring? I guess we bring the Heracross because it's done some great work for us. If it's a 3v3... Oh, I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. Let's bring Cliff. Cliff is a good old friend of ours. I'm assuming you did, like, okay work there. Basically, you put a Pokemon to sleep when I desperately needed it to go to sleep, so thanks for that. But let's get good old-fashioned, very, very tanky Shuckle to try and give me some safe switches into physical Pokemon. Have your hat back, buddy. And, yeah, we'll go with something like... Assuming I'm only bringing 3, I'll bring... I don't really want to lead with Shuckle is the thing. It's a bit spooky to lead with Shuckle. I want to bring Everglade, Shuckle, Heracross. I think they're like the 3 of like the 4 or 5 best Pokemon for bugs types I've had on this playthrough. I guess you're both a safe swap. The other Pokemon's are actually quite good to lead with, funnily enough, after, you know, poo-pooing him, saying I'm never going to use you again. Something like Scolipede can actually go kind of crazy. I'm going to get to see him before, so maybe I'll try the Scolipede out. And I don't know if you should be holding Black Sludge. I'll level with you, but I'll hold on to it for now. So I'll lead with you. I'll bring Heracross. I'll bring Shuckle as well. Okay. So Heracross is staying. You're turning into a different type of Crabugulon type thing. And you are going to be Scolipede. Big Scolipede as well. Actually, I say we're not going to use these Pokemon again. I actually kind of like Reef compared to Atoll. I think I regret making Atoll the way I made him. I made Atoll with the intention that he would have, like, a potential to outspeed on turn 1, but retrospectively, I should have just given Protect. So I Protect the first turn, get his speed up, and then, you know, work that way. Do I have to make an evolution variants for my graphics? I don't think so. I think I could have got them, but I just didn't. So I apologize for that. Also, potentially for some situations, I might not Mega Evolve a Pokemon. For Heracross, in this situation, I will, because I'm not interacting with Guts, but in other situations, that's not entirely guaranteed. Let me just create a save state again on this. Alright, let's see what this battle's all about. And if we can't do it, then that's more homework for me, I guess. By the way, in case you're wondering the lore right now, I've beaten the big bad. There's nothing else to do with the big bad anymore. I've saved the world. This guy is, he was like a former member of this big bad group, but he sees the errors of his ways, and also he's the father of my protagonist's rival. And for some reason, we have to have a battle now to prove who's stronger. And for some reason, I get roped in. I don't care. I want to go fight the 8th gym. Are the downsides to Mega Evolving? Tangentially, potentially, yes, but generally, no. So you get stat changes, which normally are always positive. There are some exceptions. Like, actually, funnily enough, Heracross is one of the weird exceptions, because Heracross loses a bit of speed when it Mega Evolves, but it gains, like, a lot more attack for it. The other thing is you typically get a new ability when you Mega Evolve. Not always, but generally speaking, you do get another ability. And sometimes your typing changes. So there are situations where, like, in the past, like when Gen 6 was the VGC, like, Primo Uno mode, you might not want to Mega Evolve the Pokemon if it changed into a type that would be, like, you know, demonstrably bad. But generally speaking, like, the only Mega Evolutions that were really used were ones which were, like, incredibly cracked, and it was, like, just not worth not Mega Evolving. I feel like Mega Kangaskhan, there's, like, virtually no downside to doing it versus using Kangaskhan. So, just, like, punch away, because that Pokemon was disgustingly broken. Alright, Sableye, okay, near Lego, cool. My favourite of the Ultra Beasts, the big jellyfish cloak. Fucking Toucanon. I swear, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. Stop bringing Toucanon. Bring anything else. Can I see your other Pokemon? You've brought the same 3. Why did you not bring Mamoswine? Mamoswine is such a better Pokemon than Toucanon. Oh. Okay, near Lego, I can't remember your typing. You're Rock something, right? You're Rock Poison. Sableye Ghost Dark. I am going to do a little Protect this turn. Toucanon, good luck. You're gonna need it. Goodbye, Toucanon. Thank you for giving Neolego a beast boost on turn 1. I'm much appreciated. Is it speed? Special attack. Okay. I don't have the damage. I don't have the calculations right now. I suspect Reef is the fastest Pokemon here. Unfortunately, it's not a great situation to be in. I think I'm just going to send Earthquake and, like, screw Tyranitar, even though it's going to take 2 times damage to this. I will do 2 times back to Neolego. Sableye is going to take neutral damage, I believe. But I can only do neutral other than this. Or, like, not effective. And I think we need to kill Neolego as soon as is humanly possible, so... T-Tar, good luck. Mega T-Tar, even more luck for you. But yeah, Mega T-Tar, I don't think it changes type, and I don't think it changes ability. I think its ability is still Sandstream, but it gets a bunch of stats. You use Protect, holy shit. we're actually, like, gelling. Oh, I'm still slower? Oh, he's got Prankster. Never mind, I'm stupid. Well, that's going to make this really poo. Okay, actually, Lego took quite a lot of damage there. And that's probably you, dead Scolipede. Yeah. Alright, Scolipede is not the lead that we're looking for. This Sableye is going to be an actual serious menace. It has Prankster and it's going to will-o-wisp anything that comes in. But, oh wait, hang on a minute. Does Cliff have... Oh wait, I've got rid of Sleep Talk. That's fine. This Pokemon can deal with the burn, though. I probably can't easily deal with the Neolega, though. And I can't Toxic you, so I have to Toxic you. Alright, Neolego dead. I think the crit mattered. You're toxic. Alright, here are the Pokemon. Show me a physical attacker. That's not a physical attacker, it's Rotom Wash. That is real bad. Don't like that. I'm gonna hope Tyranitar takes all the brunt of this. I assume Will-O-Wisp is incoming again. Yeah. Holy shit, Raw Dog the Hydro Pump. Hang on a minute, we can actually do something here. They've had enough misses now that it's become a bit more interesting. And these guys are going to have to switch now because of the Toxic. And I don't really care about the burn. Oh no, I do have Sleep Talk. What am I missing? Oh, I don't have Power Thingy, whatever it's called. Okay, Rotom Wash, that makes sense. I'll allow it. Has Recover, doesn't matter. Is that a washing machine? Yeah. Rotom has various forms depending on the appliance you give it. This one's called Rotom Wash, where you give it a washing machine. There's also Rotom Fan, Rotom Mower, I think it's called, which is a lawnmower. And Rotom Dryer, I think, which is a hairdryer. I like Rotom. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. What are you eating? A guave. Okay. That's fine. I just need you to not hear another raw Hydro Pump if you don't mind. If you miss this, then there's actually like an intriguing world where we win this. Because I'm going to remove the burn. I'm going to go back to full health again. Well, it's alright. You're just hitting 75 accurate moves. Either way, it did some good work. Yeah, I mean, all you need to do is like look at fake ones as well. There's so many ideas out there for potential Pokemon. And as like you've like seen now, there's so many like potentially just random appliances you could turn into a Pokemon. I mean, before people, you know, joke and say like, oh, a washing machine is a Pokemon. That's stupid. Remember Gen 1 had a magnet as a Pokemon? Like, Magnemite is a Pokemon, and people were, like, completely happy with that being a real thing. Fucking Voltorb is a Pokeball. It's literally a ball. Anyway. I digress. Here's a slight issue. The last thing Sableye is going to do now is going to fucking burn me. Please, Miss Will-O-Wisp. I shouldn't have Mega Evolved. I'm stupid. You were just talking me through a downside to Mega Evolving. If I didn't Mega Evolve, I've got guts. I could have ignored the burn. I've actually thrown. I've hard thrown. I should have Mega Evolved. It would have been so much better if I didn't. Now I get half attack stat. I'm so stupid. Oh well. Well, I got hit by a raw Hydro Pump anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. It works out in the wash, but In my brain, I was just like, skilling Bullet Seed will kill Rotom from here, but I should have just risked not killing from there. And getting the Guts boost. How many have they got left now? Okay, 3v2, 3v3 actually. Okay, that's a Pokemon. That is Yveltal, a legendary. That is Beedrill, not a legendary. Kind of base though. Not gonna lie, I don't know what your ability does anymore. Well, I don't have my rock boost sadly, so I'm gonna have to reteach you the rock move. I don't really want to Earthquake everyone, so I guess we're going to Smart Strike here. Oh, wait, I actually forgot. Yveltal, you're a Dark Flying, so this is actually neutral. It's Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill's really quick, by the way. It's unbelievably fragile, though. Fuck, I should have hit it. I think I would have killed it. Alright, well, we're going to lose this. I mean, I have no Pokemon left, so I guess, like, theoretically I've lost this, but my other guy's last Pokemon was Tyranitar, and it's really good here. Oh, well, that's Beedrill actually just worthless now. I put the death up, but we might still win this. I'd be shocked if we did. How much health do you have, T-Tar? Decent chunk. That's special damage down as well, and Tyranitar's really good into Yveltal. And Beedrill, for that matter. Okay, that's going to be the end of Tyranitar. A crit as well. Oh, what's got hidden power? Is it grass? It's grass or water. Okay, so we do lose the battle. But, honestly, I'm not super mega turbo scared of this one. I see some worlds where we win. We don't lead with the Reef. That's one of the worlds which was, like, horribly went wrong for me. What I do... Oh, fuck, I've just realized something. Wait, no, I've unrealized it. Reteaching you a rock move is really annoying because it's an egg move. But that's why I've kept you separate, because you still have the move, right? Yeah, you still have Rock Blast. So actually, I think I'm going to bring Olympus Mons this time and not Olympus. Because I want the slight additional speed, and I want to be able to be useful even if I get burnt. I'm going to use my opponent's strategy against them. Yeah. And we'll do King's Rock shenanigans. I like it. Your moveset's fine, I think. Although, actually, Rocky Helmet did basically nothing. We might be better placed doing something slightly different. Show of interest. Do I even have the TM for knockoff? Apparently not. Okay. How do I deal with that Neolago then? That's probably the slight issue for me right now, is dealing with Neolago. Infestation will do like negative damage. I've got more of an idea, actually. It's always this awkward thing, like, I want to put up the sticky web up, but I don't necessarily want to lead with Cliff. Let me try this. I'll take the assault vest off you, and instead I'll give you a berry. This might not work purely because they might have a move coverage that I'm not expecting here. I'm going to stop you getting burnt if you do get burnt, because I think you might be able to one-shot near Lego. Then we'll use Olympus Mons, because I think Olympus Mons outright, which is pretty solid. And actually, I think Shuckle was as well. In fact, I will give you, instead of the item you had before, I'm going to give you leftovers instead. Assuming I've got it. And you can just live. You can be the boy that lives. Leftovers? Do I have you somewhere? Which, now that I've given you leftovers, means I actually don't need you to have rest anymore or sleep talk, so I need to actually change your move pool slightly, which is why, like, I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown trying to figure out what I want to put on you right now without flying all the way back. But actually, I think the best thing for me to do is just fly back. It honestly doesn't take me that long, because I can fly back to the top of the mountain. Let me go look at the learn remover. Nope, don't need that. Right. It could learn Encore. Not that good. That's funny, but we shouldn't do it. I can say World War would do that. Actually, Safeguard would be really, really funny. But no. We'll do Power Split, I think. And do we have Iron Defense here, or is it just Withdraw? Is Withdraw my best move right now? I guess it's Withdraw. It must be an egg move. Okay. Screw it, I'll give it Withdraw. Not the moveset I want, but as I said, I don't really have time to fuck around too much. I'll give this one more go before I do a pivot. Okay, so I'm gonna lead with you. I'm gonna bring you, and I'm gonna bring Shuckle. Okay, we've solved it. And my theory here is that I can just close combat you and kill you. Which, now that I think about it, is a really bad idea because it doesn't work. Okay, next plan. We'll do 4 times ground move instead. That will still work. I forgot the poison resists fighting, but it's fine. I've got the alternative. Ground is 4 times good into poison rock, so this should still kill, I think, but I'm not as confident anymore. Give it up for Toucannon. It showed up again. I hope Toucannons were hurt in the making of this video. I used the wrong move. It's still pretty good. Oh, it has a focus sash. That's actually good to know. I knew you must be pretty frail, actually, for that to have got you so low. I can't trust T-Tar here. Earthquake would be so good right now, but I don't trust it. I take the burn, that's fine. It's not, but it's probably better to keep T-Tar up, considering what's coming. You Stone Edged a 1 HP target. That is stupid. Oh, it's Rocky Helmet. Okay. It's their version of Shuckle. And Yveltal is here. T-Tar really needs to hit Yveltal here, but I think T-Tar is going to do a little die. I'm going to do a little die. I'm 4 times weak to it. But, oh, how did you live? A nightshade and not burning, interesting. Okay. Well, it's time for Shuckle to arrive on the scene and do its thing. Let's get Toxic going. Again, I don't know why you're so insistent on burning the Shuckle. Actually, I think the burn's pretty good this time because I don't have sleep anymore. Oh, I hope that's grass and not water. Either way, you've thrown. Yveltal is now dead. Why couldn't you have crit the turn before? And there goes one Toxic. I think this game's going to be about, does Rotom Wash miss some attacks? Because it's definitely incoming now. Okay, that makes sense, sorry. It's killing T-Tar. God damn it, I got crit again. Speed drops, but who cares? Shuckle is like 1 base speed. Yeah, but I should have left rest on this Pokemon. Just to make it stall a bit more. Okay, that's my bad. Okay. We'll go with a... Do I even need Sticky Web at this point? I feel like I've seen almost all their Pokemon. I'll Power Split Rotom Wash. Oh, I thought you had to recover. I'll Power Split Rotom Wash, hopefully, and then that will, like, neutralize Rotom Wash for the future. Nice, good dodge. Okay. I steal your stats, your attack stats. And you're slowly dying. I think the last act is you should try and get Sticky Web up at this point. Withdraw does nothing here. The recovering also does really not matter anymore because Toxic is going to kill you eventually. Alright, I think I still die through the Power Split Hydro Pump. I do. But not bad work. Toxic kills Sableye, right? Okay, now, this time I should Mega Evolve my Heracross. No, I shouldn't because I can't Mega Evolve him. But I could have Mega Evolved my Heracross. Wait, I just realized what the strategy was supposed to be. I fucked up. That's okay. Right, this is okay. As long as Beedrill can't one-shot me, which actually he might be able to do. This might have a flying type move. I might have severely fucked up here. I forgot I was meant to burn my own Heracross with their Pokemon. I don't think that'll kill. Jesus Christ. Okay, that will, though. Ah, I threw. Wait, did I throw? Hang on a minute. Oh, okay, my ally's gonna lose. Give me one more. One more attempt. And this time I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm just gonna bring Pokemon and win. Well, not these Pokemon. We're gonna bring... you, and I'm gonna lead with you, I think. Does that make sense? Kind of, yes. Okay, I've got an idea. Right? I have an idea. Maybe I don't have an idea. The more and more I think about it, the more and more, the less and less I think I do have an idea. Okay, I tell you what we'll try. I'll try... Actually, I'm trying to kill a Pokemon I don't think I should kill. That's my problem. Okay, I know what I'm doing. For real this time, I know what I'm doing. I figured it out. I bring Heracross. And then I need to bring someone that can deal with electric water. Which actually might be Parasect. So we'll bring Parasect. And then I need something that deals with Beedrill. And Beedrill is just a really fast Pokemon. That's all it's got going for it. But Tar Pit might be able to deal with that. Alright, we'll try this. And I would love for you to not have Wide Guard. It's not going to be that good here. Any quick TM? Quick TMs I can put on you? To give you maybe a touch of coverage? No? Desperate times. Actually, wait. I know what the move is I should teach you. It's Protect. Right, we lead with Heracross. I fucked up. Thank you. Let me teach Heracross Earthquake as well, because that's the other piece of the puzzle I learned. Or, like, that's what I was thinking of. It's like, this is the thing I need to do. I'll get rid of Pin Missile, because it's quite easy to reteach a Pin Missile. I don't think I need it. Now I'm ready for this battle. So, I lead with a Wait. Did I teach you the right one? I did. Alright, third time's the charm. We bring you. Tar Pit is only level 57. Okay, fourth time's the charm. Alright, candy it up. It's okay. Alright, for real this time, we're ready. Okay, I'm going to hope that he burns me. And he's got Prankster as well, so it will go first. Then I'm going to Earthquake, which won't affect Toucannon, but will be 4 times going into Neolago, which will put it onto Sash. It didn't Prankster me because it recognized I have Guts. The AI's cheating. Alright, goodbye Toucannon. I tried to keep you alive this time, honest. I was going to say, he's still going to bring Neolago to Sash. So he won't burn me intentionally. That's interesting. Okay. It's okay. That's fine. I see how it is now. If the AI is like what the AI was like before, then it's going to use T-Tar to kill Neolago. You better do it again, by the way, because otherwise I would have Earthquaked you. But you're taking 4 times damage from Earthquake, so I did. Oh, sorry, 2 times from Earthquake, so I didn't want to do it. This is going to hurt me pretty badly. Okay. Maybe I haven't got it. Maybe you're not the lead that I was looking for. I fucking hate my rival. He's so stupid. How has he got to this point? How has he walked up this mountain even? How did he find where everything was? How did he catch Pokemon? Why would you not just use... I mean, I guess he didn't want to use Earthquake because the same situation occurred to, you know, what I just said. I don't want to hurt my ally Pokemon, but... Come on. Okay, you're faster than me, which is alarming because this is a priority move as well. But regardless, Neolago dies. That Sablei's ass dead as well. I don't think the crit mattered there. Now we're back to Rotom Wash. And Yveltal. Do I assume Rotom Wash is going to miss me with every single attack? No. I'm going to predict Rotom Wash does actually attack me, so we go into Mushroom, because Mushroom will suck up that water. Give me that soapy, sooty water, please. We both had the same idea. I knew it was going into me as well. Problem, I'm 4 times weak to flying on Mushroom, so if they've got a flying type move, I'm in trouble. Actually, Yveltal's a pretty big problem for me. I didn't even consider it. It is a legendary bird, and I am some legendary bugs, right? Legendary bugs in my own mind. Well, let's protect and see what Yveltal's up to. Okay, it has Heat Wave. I'm also 4 times weak to that. Frostbite, freeze, something. Okay, this is the worst timeline. I think the only way I have a chance of winning now is to hit a double protect. But even then, it's like super hyper cooked. Because Heat Wave is going to kill me. Yeah, okay. And Yveltal is definitely faster than Parasect. Rotom was always going to kill Vaporeon. Hitting of Heat Wave? Are you stupid? Oh, I guess he's not. He recognized that Tube's targeted attacks get the kill. Okay, it's over. That's basically going to be the end of the episode, because there is no world where I kill this now. With a burnt physical attacker. Hidden power. Still don't know what it is. I'm going to assume it's grass because it keeps going for T-Tar and not my bugs. It did negative damage. That's no fair. Well, what can you do? Actually, I should probably use X as it's stab. The hit a Roth Hydro Pump, which, based on the odds of today's episode, honestly, is very in keeping. Brings us up to 220 as well. Nice round number. And that'll do for this episode. So, kind of as I predicted at the start, I got one victory, but it was a big victory. It was against a guy that, honestly, the odds were stacked against me. And by the way, the odds stacked against me because of my rival. That is the guy that was really against. Not the big bad guy. My rival, without a doubt, was the evil all along. Anyway, YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everyone helps me out. Let's see you next time. Bye.